How to choose safe finger foods for your baby. Starting your baby on real, solid foods can be an exciting time. You're probably slowly weaning them from formula or breast milk and exploring new adult foods with them. Most babies start branching into the solid foods world right around 6 or 8 months. They should be able to hold their head up and be able to bring their hands or objects up to their mouth. When you do advance to little mini finger foods, make sure you're giving your child the right types of foods. Not all solid foods are appropriate for your child. Follow your pediatrician's guidelines in addition to making your own best judgment to make solids a fun and safe time for your baby. Part 1: Incorporating nutritious finger foods. 1. Try out soft fruits. Fruits are a great food to start feeding your child. They're high in fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. However, not all fruit is appropriate, so make sure to choose foods that your child will be able to tolerate well. Soft and mushy fruits are the best choice. They do not require a lot of cooking or chewing by your child. This makes them less likely to get stuck. Try foods like bananas, ripe mangoes, peaches, pears, honeydew, cantaloupe, and papaya. Make sure to cut all fruit, even mushy fruit, into small 1-2 pieces. These are big enough for your child to pick up, but not too large for their mouths to process. 2. Serve mushy vegetables. Like fruits, vegetables are another nutritious food to feed to your child. Again, they're high in fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that are important to your baby's health. Feed them softer vegetables as these are the most safe. Many vegetables, in their raw state, are hard and crunchy. You'll need to cook vegetables very well, so they become soft and mushy. You want to aim for the consistency of a banana or something that could be easily smashed with the back of your fork. Try vegetables like steamed carrots, baked sweet potatoes or butternut squash, avocados, small broccoli or cauliflower florets, or small pieces of asparagus. Make sure to cut up vegetables into small 1-2 pieces. Again, they should be able to pick these up. 3. Choose soft and moist protein foods. Protein is an essential food group for your baby. These foods provide your baby's body the nutrition they need to grow. Make sure to choose appropriate and safe protein foods like meatballs. Make meatballs or even small bites of meatloaf for your child. These items are just ground meat that are very moist and easy to eat and chew for your child. Tofu. This vegetarian source of protein is naturally very soft and can be easily mashed or gummed by your child. Scrambled eggs. Depending on how advanced your child is, they can do either scrambled or hard-boiled eggs. Your child may need to be a little older to handle the chewy or spongy texture of hard-boiled eggs. Fish. Items like salmon, tilapia, or cod are soft, flaky, and can be easily chewed by your child. This is a great protein option that also provides some healthy fats. 4. Incorporate 100% whole grains. In addition to fruits, vegetables, and protein foods, you can also start to introduce different grain-based foods to your child. These offer a slightly different texture but also provide a great source of B vitamins and fiber. Choosing whole grains is a great option for your child. They're high in fiber and protein and are just as easy to chew or gum for your baby. Shortcut pasta is a great finger food to start with. Choose pasta shapes like penne, rigatoni, or bow ties. These are big enough for your child to grasp but not too big for them to chew thoroughly and swallow. Cubed French toast or cubed waffles are another great food. Make sure they are not overly toasted and hard. Use softer, inner pieces so your child can chew well enough to swallow. Cereal is another common food to give children. Little oat circles or puffed rice are small pieces of food that will dissolve in your child's mouth, making it a great first food. 5. Try the occasional toddler snack foods. If you want to get a little help from the store, many baby brand foods sell baby finger foods items. You can purchase these in the store and do not have to worry about always having the appropriate type of food on hand at home. Many companies offer small snacks that are perfectly pre-sized for your baby. They range from cereal to cracker puffs. Most of these snacks are designed to start to dissolve the second they enter your baby's mouth. This helps your baby chew and gum up these foods well. Although these foods are convenient, do not rely solely upon them. Your baby needs to taste different flavors and try different textures of foods. Do not limit them to packaged items. Part 2: Avoiding unsafe finger foods. 1. Avoid foods that are the size of your baby's windpipe. Although there are a wide variety of foods that will be appropriate for your baby to start with, there are several that are not. Make sure you pay attention to the size of some items, as this can be a choking hazard. Foods that are around the same size as your baby's windpipe can be dangerous. Your baby doesn't have all of their teeth and cannot thoroughly chew foods well enough to swallow. Specifically, watch for foods that would be difficult to chew down or can easily be swallowed whole on accident. For example, nuts or grape tomatoes are not appropriate for a baby's first finger foods. These should only be introduced once the child has gotten the hang of eating and has all of their back teeth, usually around 3 or 4 years old. 2. Do not serve spongy foods. One particular group of foods that you should avoid are those with a spongy or squishy texture. Although some of these foods may seem like a good idea, their sponginess may present as a choking hazard. Specific foods you should avoid for now include hot dogs, meat sticks, shrimp or sausage links. Although these foods can be cut up into smaller pieces, they are slightly more difficult to chew and are spongy. These could get easily lodged in your child's windpipe if they do not chew well enough. 3. Stay away from hard fruits and vegetables. Other inappropriate first foods are raw or hard fruits and vegetables. Your child will not be ready for these types of foods until they are about 3 or 4 years old. Many fruits and vegetables, especially when they're raw, are very hard and crunchy. Your child doesn't have enough teeth or practice to chew through these types of foods. Foods to avoid include raw apples, even peeled, grapes, raw carrots, raw celery, grape tomatoes or bits of lettuce. 4. Avoid sticky foods. Another type of food that can be difficult for little babies are sticky foods. It's hard to process these in your mouth and swallow them. Babies do not have the ability to eat these foods initially. Sticky foods, like peanut butter or dried fruits, may sound like a healthy option, but they can make swallowing difficult for a child. These types of foods can get stuck in their mouth or in their windpipe as they attempt to swallow them. Avoid foods like dried fruit, popcorn, hard candy, peanut butter or cubed peanut butter sandwiches and sticky or gummy candies. 5. Don't give your child tough or dry chunks of protein. When you're trying new protein-based foods with your child, make sure to start with moist proteins. Those that are tough or dry can present a problem. Typically, health professionals don't recommend giving kids meat until they have successfully eaten other finger foods, like cereal puffs or whole grain pasta. Meat takes much more work to chew or gum than other foods. Also, make sure your child has several teeth before giving them more protein-dense foods. Items to watch out for include chicken or turkey, beef, pork, or lamb. Especially avoid grilled versions of these as they are tough and dry. When you do introduce these foods, try pureeing them or grinding them so they are a finer texture and easier to consume. Part 3. Feeding your baby safely during meal times. 1. Stay near your child at all times. Regardless of what type of food you're feeding your baby, it's essential that you stay near your child at all times. They shouldn't be eating when you're not present. Children need to be supervised, especially when they are trying more solid foods or different foods initially. If your child has difficulty tolerating some foods or seems to have trouble swallowing, you should be around to remove the food from their mouth. Make sure that you have the time and patience level to sit and watch your child as they eat. If you're busy or preoccupied, it isn't a good time to try solids with your child. 2. Sit your child in a sturdy, backed high chair. It's essential that you feed your child in a high chair only. This will not only help you feed your child, but also keep them safe as they try new solid foods. Children are usually ready to be sat up in a high chair the same time they're ready to try solid foods for the first time, right around 4-6 months. In addition, make sure your high chair has a sturdy back that is straight up and not in a reclining position. This helps your baby sit up straight and keep their head upright. Also, make sure to strap your child into their high chair. Babies have the tendency to squirm around in their high chairs. They can end up slouching or in a reclining position. Make sure to strap them in to hold them in place. 3. Choose the best time of day to try foods. Just because you have a free 30 minutes doesn't mean that this is the right time for your baby to try solids. There's a good method of figuring out what time is the best time of day to feed your child. For starters, your child needs to be alert and awake. Do not try to feed them solids if they're tired, just woke up from a nap or seem sleepy. Also pay attention to their moods. Do they seem cranky or irritable? They might not be overly interested in trying something new at this time. Also, try to feed them foods when they might be hungry. If they just drank a 6-ounce bottle or nursed, they're not going to be hungry or interested in trying solid foods after this. 4. Choose a variety of foods. You might think that you should focus only on one food or one food group at a time. However, most health professionals feel that you can safely try a large variety of foods when you try solids. Even at this young age, children are learning eating patterns. If you are only giving them one item, they won't learn to enjoy multiple tastes and textures. Offering a variety of foods will also give your child a chance to actually accept certain foods. It can take over 10 tries for a baby to decide they like a food. Remember, all these foods, flavors and textures are new and different. It can take your child a while to enjoy all the variety you're offering. 5. Be patient and take your time. Whether you're feeling tired or are feeling run down, it takes a lot of patience to get your child to try new solid finger foods. But be patient and take your time with this new experience. Before you even start feeding your child solid finger foods, know that it will take time and patience on your part. It's almost a guarantee that your child will spit foods out, not want to eat or not like certain foods. When you do sit down with your child to start trying solids, make sure there are no distractions and you have plenty of time to concentrate on your child and their eating. If your child rejects certain food or eating in general, let them take a pass on these items and try again at a different time. Tips. Always talk to your pediatrician for more information on what foods your child should start eating. Remember, every child advances differently. Your child may start solids sooner or later. Be patient as they get used to these new sensations in their mouth. If you are ever unsure if a food is safe for your baby, avoid it until you can confirm with your pediatrician.